What is up, guys? This is Halo 4 Follower, and I'll quickly be discussing the highlights from the Sparkcast 16 with 343 Industries. Sources are posted below. In this Sparkcast, the crew talks about the enemies. Opponent AI are now noticing holograms more when launched by players. It was also said when you die after launching an auto Sentry, it will be taken down once you fall. Turns out the Halo 4 team have had a lot of pressure with the DMR and Battle Rifle returning in one game together. 343 wanted to keep the DMR what it is, so they kept the bloom but, made it less punishing, but will be more enabled on long shots. It was also said that the thruster pack used to be like the phase run that the Prometheans do to commit tactical avoidance, which is, teleporting. The Scattershot is the iconic weapon that they really wanted to know nicely. Everyone put that together. The Gunner Armor mod helps you move when holding a machine gun turret. You can't sprint, but you run like a normal running Spartan. Anyways, here's the Sparkcast 16. As you can hear for yourself, it lasts about 4 minutes of some of the stuff that I thought was interesting, compared to the 1 hour and 30 minute length. Please enjoy.
We should start with the Mantis. Really? We should just...
I wanted to start out with armor abilities because that's something that we decided to bring over from Halo Reach. It was introduced in Halo Reach.
So they're all kind of the root is obviously the power-ups from Halo 1.
Talked about this last year at Halo Fest, and yeah. So armor abilities are that evolution of equipment.
So I think one of the questions that I think a lot of people have had is how did we decide on what we were going to keep and bring over from Halo Reach and what we were going to introduce? Obviously, there's a lot of new armor abilities we're introducing in Halo 4. Originally, the thruster pack, and we can talk about this because it actually changed. It's part of the iterative process of design. The thruster pack at one point was actually a teleport.
Yeah, it was actually a Promethean ability, the ability of teleporter phasing, and we had it working for quite a while, and it felt awesome.
Yeah, it has predictable behavior, and if you're paying attention, you know exactly where you're going to end up when you thrust.
Yeah,
and thruster pack went from teleport to your gun being up and you sliding 30 meters across the ground to what it is now, which is a very tactical usage.
And I think jetpack changed actually quite a bit from Halo Reach to Halo 4. It was one of those armor abilities that doesn't matter who you are. If you're using it, it's just a blast to use.
There's a number of things we did do to jetpack. We looked at the energy, we looked at the lift off the ground, we looked at the ability to catch yourself, and the ability to hover. And we, to use Frank's term, we nerfed a lot of those. Of sorts. But mostly, think about Halo 3 and the Regenerator. Yeah. It's like that. You can shoot through it. It's green like the Halo Regenerator, but not hold people out of it. Anybody inside of it to about 10 feet heal. They heal at a reduced rate, but they automatically start to heal when they're inside the field.
When you unleash your auto Sentry, when you die, it gets taken out.
It gets removed.
And there was some apprehension because traditionally Halo had focused on just having one of these weapon roles per faction. And so the notion of even bringing back both the DMR and the BR in conjunction caused a lot of conflict on the team because we discussed what does it mean to have two different weapons that sort of share the similar role.
Allowing people these two different choices, you just mix things up and it makes the whole experience feel.
And I don't think it's either or. Like there's plenty of circumstances where weirdly having both
way to tune it so that it still had reticle bloom and it sort of played into the weapon role as this really, really long range rifle. Still uses bloom. It still comes into play on the extreme range of the weapon. Yeah, a little bit. The rate of fire is a bit different. This isn't the Reach DMR by any stretch. We've retuned the systems from aim assist to, across the board. We sort of started with the Reach DMR as a starting point. We started with
actually much faster combat than people experience per se in Halo Reach.
You have to keep in mind that everybody has sprint all the time.
What was the thought process of introducing this mechanic within Halo?
Yeah, I think that's a case where when we looked at the DMR, right? Normally in Reach, when you're zoomed in and someone shoots you, it just instantly pings you out of zoom, and it's a pretty punishing mechanic. And it was a situation where we sort of assessed it and said, is there a way we can improve on this? And so one of the new things in Halo 4 is we have a flinch system so that when you're zoomed in with the DMR, it's not as punishing that it kicks you straight out of the zoom, but it'll sort of knock your camera around and make it harder to shoot a guy. And so you're still at a disadvantage if someone else gets the jump on you when you're zoomed, but you can sort of correct if the guy's across from the map and you're really, really good. The flinch system allows you to sort of reorient your aim and get the jump on that guy as well.
And And they're both fantastic. Now, also, the gunner mod helps you when you pull a mounted turret off and move through the battlefield. So it does not count. Yeah, so the shielding mod doesn't do anything for a Spartan that's in combat. And
because I know initially I used to take shielding all the time thinking it worked a little bit differently. And then once I learned how it worked, I was like, oh, that's not for me. I just jump in the middle of combat, so my shields never recharge.
Alright, so here is a community question. Do you think Halo 4 is still Halo? Why or why not? Leave your response down in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more Halo 4 news from this channel. Like this video too, only if you found it helpful. This has been Chris, signing out.